Welcome back to my channel, guys. Today's video is going to be a declutter and organize my bathroom with me, but first I have to say that the very first day this isolation business is over, I'm going to Bath & Body Works and picking out a new candle for my bathroom. This one is in such a bad state and it looks awful and it doesn't smell good anymore, but I'm going to have some impulse control and wait until I can actually go into a store and look for a candle. But anyways, back to the task at hand. Today we're going to be organizing and decluttering my hair utensil drawer, as well as my storage bin that sits on top of the wire rack in my bathroom. For some reason, this bin continues to become more and more full over time, and at this point it's actually overflowing and I can't stand to look at it any longer. And there's nothing open today, obviously, so there's no better day than today to go through and decide what I'm going to keep and what I'm going to get rid of. My hair odds and ends drawer is looking not much better. There's a lot of stuff in here that I use, but I'm having trouble finding things, and I can see a lot of stuff in here that doesn't need to be in here, like expired alcohol swabs, and there's little bits of paper and things that just don't belong. So I need to go through this and organize and decide what I'm keeping and what I'm going to discard. I picked up at the dollar store these really cute little organizers. They're made of plastic and I think they're really pretty. They've got kind of that textured iridescent siding on them, and I think they look a little bit more glamorous than what I have currently in my drawer, and that kind of inspired me to go through and clean it out today. So we're going to see if we can organize it and put some stuff in those little containers and make the drawer look pretty. The very first thing I'm going to do is actually empty out the drawer and go through all of my brown hair elastics that I use on a regular basis and discard the ones that are beyond repair and the ones that are just overstretched. And I'm also going to try to use my scissors and clip off some of the bunches of hair that have wound themselves around the good elastics, because there's quite a few good elastics in here still, but I really don't like how it looks or how it feels when you have a bunch of hair twirled around them. Now I'm just going to continue emptying out the drawer and taking out everything that I'm planning to keep that isn't garbage, including all of my Invisibobbles, which I have to go through because I have way too many of them, and basically just throwing out little bits of paper that don't need to be in there, as well as all of my expired alcohol swabs that really have no business being in my bathroom. Now I'm just going to remove the hair from the brush that I use on a regular basis, because I may as well clean this in the process, and then I'm going to decide which combs I'm actually going to keep and which ones I can get rid of, because I know I have a few extras kicking around in this drawer. And of course, more bobby pins, but I don't plan to get rid of any bobby pins because those things disappear like crazy, and they're that thing you always need and can never find. So I figure the more bobby pins I have, the merrier. Next, I'm going to go through and actually clean the drawer out, and I'm using none other than my favorite homemade household cleaner. I did share in my last video a link to how I make my own household cleaner, and I will put it above again if you guys are interested. This gets everything so nice and clean and fresh, and it's non-toxic and really cheap and inexpensive to make. Okay, so now we have a super clean, organized mess on my counter that needs to go back into the drawer. So at this point, I'm going to go through my Invisibobbles and decide which ones I want to keep, because I have far too many, and then I'm just going to start putting things away in the drawer. I'm quite picky with my Invisibobbles. They're supposed to be better for your hair, but to be honest, I don't know if you guys find this, but I find that some of them are really good and other ones actually pull my hair more than the original elastic bands. So I only keep the ones that I know actually feel good and comfortable on my head, and I'm just going to donate to my daughter the ones that I don't like using. Now I'm just going through and putting everything back in the drawer, and I did fiddle around with this a little bit to figure out where I wanted the container sitting and where I wanted to put the lighter and the scissors and stuff like that, but I was pretty happy with the overall end result. Okay, now to tackle the storage bin in the bathroom, and I'm not going to go through and talk about every single thing that's in it because that would make this video about half an hour long. I'm just going to essentially make two piles, one of stuff that I'm going to keep and put back in the bin, and one pile of stuff that needs to be discarded or donated because I'm no longer using it. I really don't like the way this candle looks, but it's brand new and it smells really good, so I didn't want to be wasteful. So even though I'm not a fan of the brown color in my bathroom, I decided to keep it and put it on the wire shelf in my bathroom. So now I'm just organizing and putting everything back in the basket that I actually want to keep. And this is the final result of the storage basket. This is so much better. This is something I can live with. Everything is organized and it only contains stuff that I'm either using now or will be using in the future. And the best part is it's no longer overflowing. So when I store it on top of the shelf, it looks pretty and it looks nice and nobody can see what is inside of it. I also use this opportunity to go ahead and organize the second shelf on the wire rack behind the door to make it look a little bit more presentable. I went ahead and moved my hair straightener and my blow dryer that were on the second last shelf, and I put them in a drawer so that they weren't such an eyesore, and it looks so much better. I think this is so much prettier, even with that really ugly brown candle, which I'm going to be using up ASAP and getting a new one. Yeah, but this looks so much nicer, and I'm so happy with the way the bin looks on the top shelf. And this is what the inside of the drawer looks like. It is so much better and so much more pleasing to the eye. So in the far right hand corner, I put a lighter, which I use to light candles when I have a bath, and then I have my really ugly looking headband, but that's what I pull my hair back with when I wash my face at night. And then in the little crystal looking containers, I have all of my hair accessories, including my claw clips and my Invisibobbles and all of my bobby pins. And to the right of that, I have my thinning shears and my scissors, which I use when I trim my own hair. And then in front of that, I have my wide tooth comb, my smaller comb, and my Holy Grail boar bristle brush. That's it for today's video, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed and that it gave you a little bit of inspiration to do your own organizing and decluttering. And head on over and follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. And I hope everybody is staying safe and healthy. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I will see you guys all next time.